guys, we're gonna make some blueberry muffins today. And so what you're gonna need the muffin mix, you're gonna need a measuring cup, you're gonna need a spatula or a mixing spoon, you're gonna need a bowl, you'll need an ice cream scoop to scoop the batter into the muffin tins, you'll need a muffin pan and the muffin tins. Then you'll also need some vegetable oil, eggs, and water. So, what we're first gonna do is you're gonna heat the oven to 400. So I'm gonna walk over to my oven. You can stay there, Andrew. And I'm gonna hit bake, and then I'm gonna press the button to go to 400, and then I hit start, and that preheats my oven to make it nice and warm. Now, I'm gonna put the paper cups into the muffin pan, and then I'm gonna drain the blueberries. So what I first do is I take the muffin tins, and I'm gonna put one in each muffin tin spot. Put those in, oops. And I had a couple extra, so I'll set those aside. Now, I'm gonna take out, here's the blueberry mix to drain. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take my can opener and I'm going to open it up. I put it on the side and I press. Then what I like to do is go over to the sink, and you can stay up there, and I'm gonna turn it over the sink, and keep going until you hear that click. Then what I'm gonna do is I take the lid and I push it down, and I drain the blueberries so all the juice is out. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna put the top aside, and I'm gonna keep that there. I did get a little bit wet with juice, so I'm gonna take a paper towel, wipe my hands. So now, what's next? We're going to add the muffin mix, the water, the oil, and the 2 eggs. So remember, you have a recipe on the back of your box. So first, I'm gonna open the muffin mix. And remember, you wanna try to shake it so it's all at the bottom. And then I'm gonna take a pair of my scissors, and I'm gonna cut it open. And I put it in the bowl so it doesn't get all over my counter. Then I'm gonna dump this in. Really try to make sure, shake it so you get it all out. And then I put that aside too. Now what I'm gonna do is, if you look here, it says 3/4 cup water. So I take my measuring cup and I find 3/4 of a cup, which is on this side. Here's 1/4, 1/2, 3/4. So I'm gonna go to my sink and I'm gonna pour my water, and then I hunch down to see when I get it to 3/4. And then Mr. Brown taught me a trick in science. You put it on a flat surface to see. So I have a little too much, so I'm gonna just take a teeny bit out. All right, so can you see it's right at the 3/4 line? And now I'm gonna gently pour it in, not too high. You wanna put it right over, pour it in. Now I'm going to get a 1/4 cup vegetable oil. So I look on the same side, there's my 1/4 cup, and then I twist it open. And then remember, I'm looking, it's a little hard on this side, there we go. I'm looking for that 1/4 cup, and I'm keeping it flat. How did I do, Andrew? Looks good?
No, a little more.
A little bit more? Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's good.
So now I'm gonna take this. Once again, I don't pour it too high. I pour it right there. And then I'm gonna put that on my paper towel. Now it says 2 eggs. So cracking the eggs are fun. And somebody just gave us these eggs from real chickens, which is kind of cool. So I'm gonna tap on the side, and then remember you use your 2 thumbs to just open it up and drop the egg in. And I'm gonna do one more. And I'm gonna drop the egg in. All right, now I like to wash my hands after I touch eggs. So we'll do that real quick. Dry them off on the paper towel. So now I'll move all this. So now, oops, we're going to stir it all up. So I like to stir it up, and you're gonna do circular motions. Helper hand is holding the bowl, because if it wasn't, what would happen? The bowl would be moving. So helper hand's holding the bowl, and my worker hand is the one that's, and you stirring, you want to go all around the pan. There we go. You want to try to get as many lumps out as you can. So you may have to use a little force. Your arm may get tired, so if you have to take a break, that's okay. All right. So now I'm going to mix the berries in, so I get to dump those in. And now once again, with the berries in there, you want to be a little more gentle, and you want to get around the edges. All right, looking good. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna scoop it into the pans, into the tins. So we scoop it. Here, and I'll put this closer. So you can either scoop with like a muffin, an ice cream scoop, or I'll show you the way I do it, which is a little faster, but it all depends, whatever works for you. You want to make the muffins have put it halfway, fill them halfway. Okay. Now Mrs. Brown likes to do it, so that's one way you can do it, with the scoop. Or if you're able to, you can just kind of guide the batter in. It all depends what's easiest for you. Okay, guide that batter in. This way makes a little more of a mess, but it's a little bit faster. Okay. Yummy blueberry muffins. Now, sometimes you may not have enough for all of the tins. If you put a little too much in, that's okay. But it looks like we did really good. Look at that. All right. So now I'm gonna bring my bowl. I'll just put it in the sink. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my muffins, I'm gonna put them into the oven. So I'm careful. I open up the stove and I put them in nice and careful, making sure my hands are not close. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put them in for 15 minutes. So I put my timer on and then I press start. So now they're gonna cook, but when they're done, you need to use what? Pot holders. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna open the oven, you'll gently pull them out, and then you'll put them on top of the stove. Once they're finished, you're gonna put them on top of the stove to let them cool. And then don't forget to turn off your oven, okay? When you're all done. All right, guys, enjoy.